Hi ladies, I'm going to do my best to teach you how to play bunco before Saturday. Alright, the first thing you need to do is you need to find a table to sit at. You'll notice the tables all are labeled. Table 1, Table 2, Table 3, and so on. It doesn't matter what table you sit at, but there can only be 4 people per table. The person directly across from you will be your partner for that round. Bunco has 6 rounds per game. But for the first round, round 1, the person sitting directly across from you will be your partner. Your partner for each round will be different. At the table, you will see that there are 3 dice. Everybody has one of these little bunco score sheets. And there's one of these on your table. One person at your table will have to be the scorekeeper. It doesn't matter who, but you need to choose one person that is willing to be the scorekeeper that will add up and keep tally of your scores. It says our score, you and your partner, and their score, them and their partner. You'll need a new one of these for each round in the game, and I'll have plenty on the table for you. Every person will need one of these, but you don't have to do a whole lot during the game. What you'll do is just, if you get a bunco, and I'll show you what that means later, or a mini bunco, I'll show you what that is, you'll just put a tally mark to say, so in that way by the end of the whole evening, you'll know how many buncos you got and how many mini buncos you got, if you're lucky enough to get any. We're going to start by, this is one game. We're going to start with game 1, round 1. So on round 1, when we start the evening, we're going to start on round 1, you're going to be trying to roll 1s. Here's how you score. When you roll the dice, if you get this, you would get 1 point, because you will get 1 point for all the 1s. And since you have 1 1, you would get 1 point. If you rolled and it looked like this, you would get 2 points because you rolled 2 1s. If you're really super lucky, you get 3 1s all in one roll. That is a bunco, and buncos are worth 21 points. Is there any other way to score? Well, yes, there is. If in round 1 you happen to roll 3 of another number, like if you rolled 3 3s or 3 5s, something like that, we call that a mini bunco. And you do get 5 points for mini buncos. So that's how you can score in round 1, is either by rolling a 1, rolling a bunco, which is all 1s, or by rolling all of another number, which is a mini bunco. As long as you are scoring, you can keep rolling. Your turn does not end until you don't score. Once you stop scoring, you pass the dice to the next person, and then it is their turn. So how do you know when the round is over? Well, at table 1, they have a horn just at table 1. In table 1, when one of their teams reaches 21 points, they're going to blow the horn. And they're going to blow the horn till everybody knows that the game, that round has ended. When you hear the horn, if you are rolling the dice, you may finish your turn. But once you have finished your turn, you cannot pass the dice. And at that point, once the person who was rolling finishes their turn, the scorekeeper will then add up both partners' scores, and will tell which one won, which team won. If your team won, then on the 1, you'll put a W. If you and your partner lost, you'll put an L for lost. You'll do that each round. So on this scorecard, you're only going to have L or W beside each one of these. And don't forget to keep track of your buncos and mini buncos during the evening. You will not tally up your wins and losses until we're done for the evening. So that is how you can score in BUNCO. Now, whenever it's time for round 2, when we're going to be trying to roll for 2s to get points, before we do that, what we will do is we will ask all of those who won to please stand up. They will stand, and then the people who lost will remain at their table, but you can't be partners for the next round. So one of the two of you that lost that are remaining at the table will need to go sit adjacent. So like my partner might go sit over here beside me. So that way, when I say, okay, now all of the winners go forward a table, go up a table. So if you were at table 3, you'll go to table 4. And once they go to that table, then they will sit down in the 2 empty chairs. Make sure that the partner you just had is not across from you, because you should have a new partner. So, and then it starts again. It's round 2. So this time, you're rolling for 2s. Right there, I just rolled, and I got 1, 2. So that would be, so now the 2s are worth 1 point. If I rolled like this, that would be 2 points. And so, in order to get a BUNCO on round 2, I would have to roll, where's my 2? I would have to roll all 2s. Woo! And then I would get, for round 2, 21 points. And once again, if you roll 2 of another number, 3 of another number, like 3 6s, 3 1s, something like that, then that would be a mini BUNCO, and you'd get 5 points for that. And so you would keep playing round 2 until you hear the horn. And so that is how you play BUNCO. Just keep going. Round 3, you're looking for 3s. Round 4, looking for 4s, that kind of thing. The only other thing that we added that's kind of fun, and you don't have to have this, but we just do as fun, I have put some really large, just fun dice on some of the tables. At those tables that have these fun dice, if you will, when you get a BUNCO, anybody at your table, when they get a BUNCO, they can pick up and hold and keep this big dice with them. If somebody else at the table gets a BUNCO before the round ends, then you have to give them the dice. At the end of the round, whoever has the big dice at your table gets to take it with them. If you stay, well, fine, keep it with you at that table. But if you move forward, take it with you to the next table. And then once the next round starts, if someone says BUNCO, you have to give them your dice. If you happen to have 2 people at your table with big dice, you only can have one of them. So even if you BUNCO, if you already have one, they're not going to give you another one. So that's kind of fun. So where do the prizes come in, you may ask? Well, at the end of the game, which is 6 rounds, at the end of the game, I will ask everyone, to say how many BUNCOs they had. I might say, if you got a BUNCO this evening, stand up. If you got 2 BUNCOs tonight, remain standing. If you got 5 BUNCOs, remain standing. And we will figure out who in the room got the most BUNCOs for that game, for game 1. Then I will ask, who scored the most baby BUNCOs? If you scored 3 baby BUNCOs this evening, stand up, and so on, and so forth. And so whoever got the most BUNCOs for the game, whoever got the most baby BUNCOs for the game, they get prizes. And then whoever happens to have a traveling dice will also get a prize for that as well. Then we will have a consolation prize for the people who had no wins. If you got no wins throughout the evening on your scorecard, if you had all L's, L, you get a consolation prize. You get a prize. And of course, if you had all W's, all wins, the most wins, you get a prize as well. So there's lots of ways to get prizes this evening. And so it's just mainly for fun. I know some people have really big prizes when they do BUNCO and real expensive prizes, but we were mainly doing it for the fellowship. So we just have little cheap prizes. But I hope everybody understood, or maybe you can redo the video. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask. And I will give everybody a little cheat sheet for the evening so that way in case you've forgotten some of the rules, it's all right here. All right, can't wait to see y'all. Bye-bye.